My name is Bita and I'm a professional makeup artist based in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Welcome to my Glam and Go YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do a very simple makeup glam that you can wear literally every day. I also wanted to show you guys how to do this fake bangs that I have on. This is not my hair, just the bangs part. And you will see in the video how I place it and style it. To start off with, I always go in with an eye cream. This is from Neutrogena Hydro Boost Eye Cream Gel, sort of. It's hydrating and it always makes sure that the concealer sits well under your eyes. I use it a little bit over and under my eyes and a little bit along the orbital bone. Then I go in with a primer. This is a jelly primer from WetNWild. It's also very hydrating, as we all need hydration this summer. And it's light formula. It's got a tacky feeling once it dries, so it really grips onto the foundation. Then I color correct. I mix the concealer and the orange corrector on the back of my hand, and then I go in with a flat concealer brush. Now this method is not for everyone. Obviously, if you don't have dark circles, you don't need to do this. But I find that when you do have darkness around your eyes and in areas around your nose and chin, this really helps to neutralize your skin tone before applying your foundation. Oftentimes we just go in with the foundation not realizing that our skin tone is not the same shade. So the foundation obviously will sit differently in different patches and areas of the face. So this is why we color correct, to even it out. It's kind of like creating a building. You know, you want to even out the flooring and make sure that it's solid enough before you apply anything else on top of it. So I'm just going around color correcting any areas I see dark on my face, and I'm buffing it in using a concealer brush, a fluffy concealer brush. Then I go in with a damp beauty sponge and I make sure that that is blended in beautifully onto my skin before I go in with my foundation. So my foundation today is a liquid serum foundation from Algenist. This has also got a bit of color correcting feature in there. So I'm double color correcting. No, but this formula is super light and you can build it up as well to a medium coverage. So I just add some of this shade. So this is in the shade medium and I'm very fair, you guys. So what this does is it balances it with my body. And I always make sure to go down my neck and my ears because those are white as well. And I want everything to just blend in seamlessly. I'm going to cream contour today. Now, in the past, you saw me applying the contour strategically on my face and then blending it out. But this time, I'm blending it as I'm applying it. And I just find that this way is gives it more natural finish, and you don't use too much product as well. So I'm just using a foundation brush, and I'm dipping in and picking up a small amount at a time because I want to control the amount of product that I have on my face. This really has a beautiful shade. It's almost like a bronzer to bring warmth back into my face and a bit of contrast as well. Because if you don't do this step, if you don't add a bit of contrast to your face, your foundation blank canvas is just going to really look weird when it doesn't look natural, because our face tends to have a natural dimensions to it, right? So when you contour, a lot of people don't want to contour because they feel like it's too much of an added step, but I just find that it really helps to structure the face beautifully so that features pop out. Like example, if you do your eyes will pop out even more. If you have some sort of like it's kind of like the filter that you use on Instagram where you have it fading out or like darkening around, sort of like a halo silhouette effect. This contouring does the same thing to your face. It adds that silhouette effect, focusing the eye and attention to the center of the face, which is where all the details and work has been done, which is on the eyes, on the cheeks, on the lips. So really when someone looks at you and you do this step, it hones in their eyes to the main point of light, which will be in the center of the face. Now, which is what we're exactly doing, is highlighting the center of the face. I'm using this sort of clear highlight that comes with the package to bring in a bit more highlight. Now I'm going in with a liquid lipstick. I'm using this liquid lipstick as a blush. This is Hank & Henry. It's a liquid lipstick that dries matte. You can really do this with all liquid lipsticks, but you got to make sure that the color is right. This is a beautiful nude color, pinky nude, that I found while experimenting. It worked really well as a blush. So I'm using my damp beauty sponge, and I'm using that to just pick up a little bit from the back of my hand and dabbing it gently on my face, and then I use my fingers to blend it out. It just gives some cheekiness and warmness, you know, like flushed look. Now I'm highlighting. I'm highlighting using this lighter shade. I don't go in with this lighter shade all under my eyes. When I color corrected, I added the concealer of my skin tone, but this part is just, again, like we said, focusing on the center of the face so that the dimension looks more balanced and the attention goes straight to the eyes and to the lips and nose, into the center of the face. So I'm just putting it into the highest points of my face, which is my chin, upper lip, and then using the same damp beauty sponge to just blend it out. I make sure I just dab it. I don't want to move this product too much around, so I'm just dabbing it where I've placed it. And when the sponge is damp, it really helps to blend it better. Some people use dry. I prefer using a damp beauty sponge. In the inner corners, I use my fingers because sometimes the sponge isn't small enough. There are small sponges you can use, but I didn't have one at the time. Now to set. This is RCMA powder. It's a no color powder. Some people use a lighter shade. This literally has no color, and all I'm doing is I'm just picking up a little bit, a tiniest amount from the cap, just to set around my eyes, because that's where it creases, the first place it creases. So, and I make sure to smooth it out with my fingers before I set it, because once it's set, it's not going to move. For the rest of my face, I use a Maybelline Fit Me Light Medium Loose Mineral Powder. I find this color to be really better than using the other one, the RCMA, because I just find that it might leave a cast, and I want it to be brighter under my eyes. So for the rest of my face, I use a shade that's similar to my skin tone, and I found this product to be that. It's light medium, it has a beautiful finish, and I just use a face brush to just place it all over. Now to set and bring back a little bit of warmth to the face and dimension. I mean, you don't need to do this step if you find the cream contour and the bronzer is enough. It's warming up your face enough. I just wanted to be a little extra here. And I know that if I go out into the sun and I'm sweating, I want that bronzer to really stand out. So I've gone over the areas where I cream contoured, but it's under the setting powder. And I do not set my contour with the bronzer. Please take a note of this. Some people set their bronzers and their cream contours with powder bronzers, and it comes out to be really patchy. So avoid doing that by first setting the areas and then going in with a bronzer. After I applied the bronzer, I go in with that same shade powder that's close to my skin tone, and I blend out the edges, because I don't want any harsh lines to sit on my face. Now to bake, I'm taking the same powder onto a wedge sponge, and I'm only baking under the contour. Under my eyes are very, very dry. So if I bake there, it's going to really crease and really look cakey. So I want to avoid that by just contouring the areas where I want it to be more chiseled and where I get a lot of shine, which is around my nose, between my eyebrows. And I want the contour to really stand out. So I've gone and added extra powder under that contour. And now to set my brows because I don't want the brow products to move around. For the brows, I use this palette. It's got a combination of cream and powder products, which I love because then, you can really control how much definition you bring into the brows. There's a multiple colors, as you can see, there are multiple colors of brow powder on this palette. This is great because our brows are not all one color. You want to add a bit of dimension to it. So I'm taking some of the pomade first and defining the shape of it before I go in with the powders to set. And I'm using the angled brush and just a tiny amount. You don't need to like go in and color in your eyebrows like I see a lot of people doing on social media. There's no need. You don't need to go in one major color. All you do is just fill in the gaps and make sure that the front part of your eyebrows are lighter than the rest of it. You want to be able to have this little bit of gradient. Otherwise, you're going to look very angry and you're going to look very surprised. Our brows are really anchoring our face. So if you play around too much with it, it can completely change your face and your look. It's like hair. So be careful with your brows. And here I'm going to start the eye makeup. I want to start with, so there's a tip here that I want to share with you guys. If you choose to do your face makeup like I've done here, when you go in with your eye makeup, avoid too much powder eyeshadow. If you know what I'm talking about, you know that when you're doing your eye makeup and you have this whole like dust of eyeshadow sitting on your cheekbones because you didn't tap or you used too much powder. When you use this style that I'm showing you, which is taking brown eyeshadow or whatever shade you want. If going brown is better, I feel like, than dark, than black, because it's just softer and you can manipulate it more. A lot of the day eye looks that I do are more brownish. So going with a brown eyeshadow and putting that base first as a primer always helps to then use the tiniest amount of eyeshadow without having any fallout. And so this is my advice to you guys, is that create the shape of the eye makeup that you want to create, and then go in with a tiniest amount of powder to then apply your eyeshadow. And what this is, it just helps to give it more punch. It makes it even last longer throughout the day. Sometimes our eyeshadow fades out because A, it doesn't have a primer underneath, and B, they don't look as dark halfway throughout the day, right? By the end of the day, all your dark brown eyeshadows may have faded out, and this only ensures that the eyeshadow remains intact throughout the day, especially if you're going out at night and maybe you're going out dancing. The eyes tend to have a lot of oil in them, right? The skin around the eyes. So it could end up absorbing a lot of the eyeshadow. But when you do it in this way, you're creating layers of products and layers of color so that it doesn't get eaten up by your eyes, essentially. So for this eye shape, I liked the front of my lid, sort of to the inner corner to the middle, to be lighter because it helps to open up your eyes. If you have close set eyes, then you don't want to darken that inner corner of your eyes because it's just going to make it look a lot smaller. When you use dimensions of different shades on your eyes, you really help to define it better and to correct the imperfections. Well, not really imperfections. If you want to go for like a bigger eye look, you don't want it to add too much darkness and go for a full smoky eye clearly on your lid, right? You want to add a bit of definition, and you want to be able to be mindful of the shape of your own eyes when you're applying eye makeup. I talk about all of this in my book, Boss Glam. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes and then apply mascara. So I love to just apply mascara to the top of my lashes instead of the bottom as well, because like I said, throughout the day you might get sweaty, you might, you know, the skin around your eyes might get oily. So if I put any mascara on my bottom lashes, it's just gonna smudge. So I just keep it to the top. Now I'm just gonna highlight using this palette from Makeup Forever, just adding a pop of light color shimmer to the inner corner of the eye. Is just beautiful because it just helps to open up your eyes as well. I'm using this to also highlight the tip of my nose and the top of the bridge of my nose, because again, I want light to focus there and I want the light to hit it there as well. I also want to define a little bit under the brow bone because I want the separation between my eyebrows and my eye makeup. And now for the rest of my face, I'm just using this highlighter, blend of all three of them. This palette is beautiful. It's so versatile to just highlight the tops of my cheekbones. And you can see I'm creating like a C shape from the top of my brows to my cheekbones. And that really helps to capture the light when it hits it. Now blush. Again, blush is beautiful when you apply it correctly. You want to smooth it out really nicely on your cheekbones and mainly focus the area where you can see. On my cheeks, I wanted to give it a lifted effect, so I'm not going in round too much because that's just going to drag my cheeks down. Now for my lips. Now the trick here is to use various different color liquid lipsticks. This one here is from Kat Von D. And I used it to outline my lips, and then I went in with a nude lip color in the center and then an even lighter nude in the center, so that those three dimensions can really plump up your lips and give it a really structured, fuller looking lips. And the colors I used were all matte. I wanted to add a bit of gloss, so I just went in with this MAC lip glass and just gave it a bit of glossiness to it so that it complements the rest of my face. And I just set my face with Mixed and Fixed from Makeup Forever, and then I'm done. So now onto the hair. So here's how I clip these on. So this is sort of side sweep bangs that I found on Amazon, and it comes with 3 clips. And each clip has like this kind of fold and unfold, and it's got little combs in them. So what I do is I open all of them so that the combs are sticking out. If you close it, the combs will be sticking in. So I'm opening them, so you just basically do that and you have the comb sticking out. And then I do a middle part in my hair. So create a middle part and then put the hair behind your ears. Now figure out where you want to go. Now how far up you go, obviously the shorter the bangs. So you want to just go to the top of your head and you want to like open the bangs to see how short you want this to be. So I just want it to be grazing my eyes. I don't want it to be too long. So I'm just lifting it up, and then what I do is I tuck the comb into my hair. So I secure it and then I close the snap. The side, and then you have 2 more clips on here, so this will help. So if you do this, it'll come off. So you want to make these flat. So now you're gonna do the opposite. So you're gonna literally take the combs and do it this way because the combs are on the opposite side now. So you're gonna pull your hair in and secure it, and then you're gonna snap it in place. So now the hair is secure. And you can literally play around with how long or short you want this to be. And then it just blends into your hair. So this is blending into my own hair color because my roots are growing out and I'm just creating bangs. So this is literally how it's going to look like. Now what you can do is, if you want a ponytail, you can literally take, so these pieces will go into the hair. This is from the bangs. These goes into the hair. And now I'm just gonna take all my hair and sweep it back. Take this part as well. This is all the bangs. The bangs are all in here. So top of my head as well, pull it into the ponytail. Secure it with an elastic band. And take a few of the pieces. Literally just pull it down if it's too high up. And then, so if you have curly hair, your bangs will always remain straight and silky without it having to frizz out, you know, sometimes our hair on the front of our head is less than the back, it's less dense, so it doesn't come out thick. And so using this helps to create that thickness. And pull some out here. You can also do a high ponytail. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna pull up all the hair up into a high ponytail. Again, leave few pieces out so it doesn't look like it's all up. So even your own hair can come out. So I've got highlights in my hair and this piece of highlight is coming out. Maybe put it in. Yeah, I want it to be a little more slick. So take some of this hair. So this is part of the bangs. Anything short you see is the bang. Loosely lift it up, this part here. Okay, so you go all the way up here. So now you have a high ponytail. And what you can also do is do a messy hair bun. So just folding in the elastic will give you a messy hair bun. No, I actually like this. There. How cool is that? If you have no time to do your hair, this is the perfect way. So you can see the back, it's all up, and the front. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something and got inspired to either get fake bangs or to try out this very simple eye makeup and face makeup. If you have any questions, please don't forget to comment below. I'm gonna list all the products that I've used in the description bar below. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know what videos, what things you have concerns with in makeup, so that I'll be able to create some looks for you that will be able to inspire you and help you to apply your own makeup. If you want to purchase my book, Boss Glam, it's available on Amazon all around the world. And I'm going to link also sites where you can get it outside of Amazon. It's literally available in India, China, Europe, so everywhere. I hope you get it. I've created video tutorials in depth, taking you through all the processes of makeup, showing you how simplified ways of applying your makeup so it doesn't take too long and it doesn't look too heavy. Please subscribe and get the book, and thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you next time.